Eurovision 2022. I got a new video. Alicia Michelle, I'm ready to go. Eurovision fam, are you ready for the show? Well, hello Eurovision fam. This is really interesting because I'm saying hello Eurovision fam, and maybe I'm going to need to have a new intro because the American Song Contest is happening. Well, it's just happened. And we've got our first episode. It's quite exciting. Hello, welcome. I already see tons of you are waiting. And yeah, so with some folks, we already have questions, but I want to kick off and just give a quick overview. So it seems like the process for this whole entire thing, okay, it seems like the juries already vote for someone to go in. And then we, like the people at home, we get three qualifiers. I feel like that's what's happening. So there's still time. But hey, welcome. If you've never been to my channel before, welcome. I am I've been doing this whole thing talking about Eurovision, and some of you might not even really know what Eurovision is, but you saw my tweets and were like talking live about the American Song Contest. So we're going to do that. But I've been on YouTube since 2015 talking about the Eurovision Song Contest, and now we basically got our own song contest. So I got to talk about it. And I just want to say I'm starting off the American Song Contest with a win because I told everyone to check for Rhode Island. And Rhode Island is our direct qualifier. Rhode Island is going to be in the final. That's what's going to happen. But really important, I am not alone today because I'm like, okay, it's the American Song Contest. Like I'm coming to this with like sort of a Eurovision perspective, not a European perspective because I'm an American, but I'm coming to it, with a slightly different perspective than like your average person, in America watching this. So I couldn't be alone. And I'm going to bring up first to the stage. I'm bringing up my friend Mo, and you can introduce yourself because you are kind of a big deal. So I'm like honored. I'm honored to have you here. In my space because you're kind of a big deal.
I wouldn't say I'm a big deal, but I'm excited that you invited me to join you, and I'm looking forward to talking about the American Song Contest.
Okay. Well, also next up, let's see if she's ready because she doesn't have the camera on, so I don't know if she's ready. But we're gonna bring her up to the stage and see what happens. It's my mom. Okay, Mom, are you ready? Are you able to join? Okay, hi, Mom. Yeah, you say something.
Hello.
All right, so we've got my mom. So let me just kick off. What did you all think of the show itself?
I'll let Mom go first.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
What did you think of the show overall?
Overall, I thought the show was very good. It was very entertaining. I enjoyed the pace. I like the host, and I like the performers.
Am I muted? Somebody said I'm muted.
I am muted. No, but you can go on, Mo. Yeah, what did you think overall of the show?
My first thought, it was way too many commercials, but outside of the commercials and waiting for each performance, it was okay. I would say it was okay.
All right. Well, this is what I'll say. So let me just go over because of course I have notes. Overall, I love the fact that we have the ability to have multiple people on stage. At Eurovision, we have strict rules on how many people can be on the stage. And I do think that there's something to be said for having more folks on the stage because by having more people on the stage, I do think it gives it more of that award show feel. It gives it that sort of scale of the Super Bowl. Now, I will say, some people didn't need to have all those people on the stage, and we'll talk about that. We'll get into that. But I like the fact that the artists have the flexibility to do that. Next up, I love the fact that the look and feel of it, we still sort of had our green room, which we're so used to seeing at Eurovision. So I loved that. I love the fact that they incorporated the virtual watch parties of us seeing folks like in their home states and whatnot and territory because we have Puerto Rico. So I thought that was really great. All in all, the aesthetic, the way that they styled the lower thirds in the graphics, I'm kind of like a production nerd like that. So I just liked how sleek everything looked. Um, and I actually liked the stage. I liked the fact that the stage seemed to have some depth to it. I think we're in a sound studio, but I liked actually sort of the way that it was shot with the stage. Um, I too was a little bit frustrated with the amount of commercials. I don't watch, like, the only time that I watch live television like this, honestly, is for like award shows, which I don't even really do that anymore. I watch those on a delay so I can fast forward the commercials, but I might catch up sometimes. And then like sporting events where you can kind of like get up. This was like ridiculous. I mean, like it was a commercial after every single act. And then when we got back to it, we had these eternal postcards. And I mean, look, I want to connect with the artists and I like the fact that we had them, but they could have been a minute,
Yeah, I
a
agree.
minute.
But I did like the fact when you brought up the stage. I was looking forward to seeing. Uh, I don't know what it's called, but how people set up their performance, how people set up their stage, and sometimes it made sense, sometimes it didn't. But I did like, and I did look forward to seeing what their stage would look like, what the sets would look like.
Yes. Okay. So, let's just go because I want to go through each entry, but I think it's best for you all to start off with which performance. And mom, are you there? Are you on your tablet or the phone?
I'm here. I'm on the
Okay.
phone. I'm
Okay.
kind of having a hard time with the audio. Sorry.
Do you have headphones? Well, we can hear you clearly. You sound great. Okay. So, can you just say what song you liked the most? Like, what state really stood out to you? You're on mute, mom. Okay.
So my favorite song was from Puerto Rico. I That was my favorite song.
Yeah, she took my answer because I was going to say my favorite song came from Puerto Rico too. Christian Pagan, I think that was his name. The song was
Okay.
Loco. That was a
Yes.
jam.
Okay, so
I
that was your
like the
favorite.
beat. The refrain was easy. I like the guitar. Um, yeah, I felt like there was a focus on the song and the performer, and not so much on everything that was going around.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, his look, Christian's look got me. I thought he was very, it just, everything went together. The set was cool. The song was like, I could see people in the club dancing, partying to the song. It was catchy. That's my favorite.
Okay. Well, the chat is showing you some love, Mo. And yes, my mom is also getting some love in the chat. The Hat Queen, that's because we appeared on HGTV House Hunters and my mom had a hat on uh, every day of filming. Okay. So
Well, who was yours, Alicia?
well, I sort of said this. So my favorites were Rhode Island, Wyoming, New Boot Goofin, yes. And I would say that going into it, Wisconsin was one of my favorites, but I would put him borderline now, and I would bump up my girl Iowa. I wasn't really feeling it at first, and truly, even when the performance started, I was kind of like, okay, we're in pink, okay, girl. But then I felt like by the end of the performance, I was won over.
She had great energy.
Yeah,
I'll
it
give
was
you.
like
I'm
it
s-
was the vibe. Yeah, go
she.
on.
I agree with the energy. I agree with the energy. I definitely agree with that. I like the lyrics of the song, but there was just something, believe it or not, coming from me that was a little bit too old school.
Okay.
And yeah,
I loved her outfit too. Her outfit was
Yeah,
It went with the song.
I felt like she won me over, and I wasn't necessarily, when we listened to the previews, I wasn't necessarily here for Iowa. I had my pack of 3 that I liked. But yeah, but let's kick it off and let's just talk about um well, so some people are asking, can someone tell me where I can watch as a European? So I will say, if you look at my interview, because I was able to interview the artist from Virginia, got some other interviews coming up. So really, really excited about that. I'm going to be interviewing, what I've got on the books are Georgia, West Virginia is coming, and Jersey. Because really, I was just like, I'm like, I could interview, some people from like Middle America and everything, but I kind of wanted to keep it home. I'm going to go into this slightly competitive, I guess, and like, and make sure that I get, you know, the local folks. But let's kick it
Mhm.
off and talk about Minnesota. This was sort of the pop rock group. They had the song Ready to Go. I thought it was colorful. The track sounded current. There was nothing amazing about the vocal. It might have been the weakest vocal that we had this evening. But I thought it was a fun song. So, Ma, okay, yeah, what were you thinking? You have your notes?
Yeah, I don't think it was the weakest vocal.
Okay, well, we can get to that when you.
We can get to that. Yes,
Hmm.
definitely, definitely. But I agree. I thought it was a fun song and catchy tune. So I'll go with that.
Okay. And Mo, what did you think of Minnesota? Because I think you hopped in at Minnesota.
So I actually, the first performance I saw was Oklahoma. So I think I
Okay.
missed Minnesota.
Okay. Well, you really didn't
So
miss much. I don't think that Minnesota will be advancing, but they kicked off the show with good energy. And the thing about it is, this to me is a studio cut song, and I hope it does something. Because I liked it. I thought it was fun. But in the purposes of this competition, I don't think you really missed anything. So let's just go on and move on to Oklahoma, which I'm sure the chat is gonna light up for Oklahoma. Okay, mom.
no, you can go on. I was just gonna say with Ready to Go, the bass line was good. The guitar solo was nice. Okay, Oklahoma. You want me to move on to that? Uh,
Yeah, we can go.
choreography.
Well, hold on real quick.
Choreo.
Hold
Okay.
on. So,
Okay.
Bruno, hey, Bruno, thank you for the money. Hey, Alicia, just had to say it's 3 a.m. here. I'm going through times right now, and your Eurovision content is always here to cheer me up. No, thank you for watching and coming back, and thank you for the dollars. I accept. Okay, so let's kick it off with Oklahoma. Oklahoma. So this is the thing. She's got fans already. People are already hyping up Oklahoma. Okay. So, mom, kick it off. How do you feel about Oklahoma?
Choreography was very nice. The video was engaging, energetic. I felt like the video may have been a little bit better than the audio and the vocals, but overall, I would say it was a energetic performance.
I read your lips when you said, "What'd you think, Mo?" Because you're muted, Alicia. But I would say first thing that came to mind was K-pop when I was watching the performance. It was a lot of energy. It was fun. I thought that it was a lot going on. It was kind of busy on set. Just it was hard to kind of keep up with what was going on. But I like the futuristic look of the stage and the performance. It was a catchy song too. So I think that's the key. People love catchy songs you can sing along to, you can bop with, and this one was catchy.
All right. So this is what I said. Amazing stage show. I think, when people were hyping her up, it was like, okay, it's a cute boppy track. You can dance to it, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't really remember the track. To be honest, like with love, I don't really remember it, but I liked it when I was listening to it. Like actually, some of the other ones that I would say going into this, I wasn't necessarily checking for. I remember more, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about the lip syncing.
Yeah, I'm thinking there was so much dancing and so much movement and so many change of positions. It would have been impossible for her to sing, but that does take away from the performance when you know they're not actually singing.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it kind of took away from it for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so one of the things that's wonderful about Eurovision is we just have this flat rule, that you got to sing live. That's the main thing. Someone says, "Y'all seem to be sleeping. She wasn't lip syncing. You can hear that." Okay. Um Everybody on Twitter was saying that she was lip syncing. So it's not just us. I, and it was, and we, there was auto tune, so it definitely sounded like a track. Look, I just feel like it makes it challenging to then think of who I want to vote for, because I'm like, well, this other person was singing live, so like, what am I really, voting for? Whereas I think when you just have the flat rule of like, okay, everyone has to sing live, then we could just start from there. um
So, is there a rule that lip singing is not allowed? Is that a rule?
At Eurovision, it is a rule. You are
Oh,
not
okay.
allowed. Yeah, there is no lip syncing. Like, you have to perform live. But that one, just, if it was not lip sync, then she was whispering with the track behind her. Like, I don't know. I had surround sound on, and I was watching on 4K. It seemed lip sync to me.
Me too. So,
Okay. Okay.
It's kind of a
Uh
mute point to me with the whole song and the flow of the song. It didn't really require extensive vocals, in my opinion. So, even if she was really singing, it didn't, it didn't really show a lot of range or versatility. That's my thought.
what she said.
yeah, great point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's move on to Arkansas. So this was the cute country tune. She was definitely singing live. She had a jumpsuit, lacy jumpsuit on in the rehearsals. I preferred this dress. It was cute. It was nice. I actually don't expect to see this advance, if I'm being honest, but I liked it. I thought it was cute.
The
I
wildest
liked
thing.
her.
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
on, go on, Mo.
I was just gonna say the wild. I didn't know Arkansas had the best cheese dip. I know you talked. I saw you tweeting, Alicia, about these like deep dives into the people, into the contestants' lives, and when she explained the cheese dip was just some melted cheese or rotel, I was like, wait, we make that here, so I'm not sure, but maybe I'll go to Arkansas and try some cheese dip, if anything. But
But it was aged cheese, Mo. Now I don't know how they do it. 15-year-old cheese, my cheese tends to go bad after 15 days in the refrigerator. I'm just saying.
so maybe that's the key. I'll have to
Okay,
try
Mom,
it.
what did you think of Arkansas?
So I actually liked her voice. I felt like her lower register was very warm and rich. And I felt like her transition to the upper register was very smooth. I
Mm-hmm.
liked the costuming with the silk gown and the cowboy hat. The background was not distracting from the singer and the vocals. So
I think that that's
overall, I
very
liked
important.
her performance.
Yes, yes. I liked it. And someone said in the comments, don't count out NBC country viewer vote. So low key, my mom is a secret country, well, not really that secret, country music fan. And I'm gonna be honest, I think we have some other tracks. We'll get to them. But if the country, contingency needed to be fed, they were definitely fed with New Boot Scootin'. But we'll get back to that. We'll get to that a little bit later. Let's talk about Indiana. So Indiana was our hip hop entry for the evening. I will say that the number of dancers for this entry was excessive.
yes.
Uh, but I also fear that it would have fallen flat. And Mo, you could probably fill me on this. there was something a little bit about the stage presence here that reminded me of like, I mean, I have sat through some awful BET, and this is actual like but you know the BET awards performances. Low key, I was thinking about Summer Jam, where it's just like 20 people on stage, and about 15 of them got mics, and they just on stage, you know, like not really giving us anything. I definitely think that I commend the producers for putting together the staging package here because they were definitely helped out by this. But you know, I needed my performers to have more stage presence, and I don't think that they were giving us that. And I know we're mad at the baby, but that is one thing I think that set the baby apart from other rappers, and like a lot of them, because he actually would get on stage and like dance and give us, you know, give us a show or something. These dudes was just up there, you know, I got
Yeah.
love from my city, whatever.
I mean, I am glad that hip hop was introduced into the show, so I'm happy for that. I think in my notes I wrote down was a ton of random people on stage. It just was like you said, a bunch of people in the background. Good thing they didn't have mics, but they were just all dancing around. And you know, I listen to rap music a lot, and I must say this guy wasn't really giving what I needed. And I felt like Snoop Dogg was probably like, this is the best rapper you could find out of Indiana. It
I
wasn't
mean, quiet
giving.
as his cat.
The second rapper, I don't know if he's a part of, if they're a group, but the
Yeah, it
second
was
guy,
featuring. He
yeah,
was better.
he was way better. His
Yeah,
vocal,
he was better.
his flow was better. He should have been the
Hmm.
main. He should have been the main performer. But yeah, I
Hmm.
don't see this one making its way across to the next round.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
not this
probably
one.
didn't have the story. They picked the guy, the lead that they picked because he had a story. But I do like rap, but I agree. Too many people on the stage. It was distracting. The beat felt old. There was an absence of choreography, I would say.
With
Um,
all those people on the stage and like not a lot of direction. Yeah, that was
no,
confusing.
no,
They
you're
were just
absolutely right.
they were freestyling on stage. They were just like, let's get out here and
Truly,
turn up.
truly. And
All
some
right.
offbeat, I will say.
Hello, talk about it. Come on down. All right. So then let's move on to y'all's favorite of the night, Puerto Rico with
Yeah,
Loco. Okay.
yes.
All right. Just let's talk about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Okay.
Moms want to
So
go? Yeah.
I'll go. I liked it. The refrain was easy. I liked the guitar. Um, I felt like overall it was reflective of the district, and it represented Puerto Rico well. I enjoyed the performance. There was a focus on the singer and the song, which I liked.
By the end, I was singing along. I think I caught on to the I caught on to the chorus. By
Yes,
the end,
yes.
I was with it. And like I said in the beginning, I thought his look was great. I think I would be proud if I was from Puerto Rico to have him representing us. But a lot of energy, turn up, exciting. That's what I expect to see when I'm thinking of like who's the best coming out of a state or a territory. Like he really put on a show for
I
sure.
I liked it. I do want to highlight a take that I saw on Twitter because you know my audience is mostly European, so I just want to say this: Europeans, please resist the urge to like. Now, I sort of said, "Oh, it's interesting. This sounds like a song we would hear at Melfest," but I wasn't actually saying that as a dig. I was actually saying that I really do feel like Melody Festival and has sort of figured out the island sounds a little bit to where it feels applicable. It feels right. So please, Europeans, resist the urge to like talk about how like this might be like a Melfest reject or something like that. Cause it sounds kind of crazy to have an artist that is actually Puerto Rican from Puerto Rico singing like Latino music and you talking about it sounding like a reject from a European. national selection. So just resist the urge to latch on to
So
that hot
tell
take.
us what is, well, I don't know, what's Melfest or Malfest?
Melody Festival. And so one
Oh,
of the producers for this show was like the executive producer of Melody Festival, and which is Sweden's national selection for Eurovision.
okay.
So when I said it sounds like a Melfest song, like I'll be honest, I actually think the stuff that Alvaro does is actually like on brand. Like it's real. So I'm not trying to start no mess. But I just would say just resist the urge because I can feel it. You know, we're used to living in this like Eurovision like space. So it's like it's not a crazy comparison to make, but I just think we have to be like smart about that hot take. So yeah, okay. And Loki, yeah, Christian gave us what many want Alvaro to sing in Sweden. Yeah, you know, yes. It's okay. It's okay. So, okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I mean, I would say I liked the song, but it wasn't one of the standouts for me. So it's interesting that that was the one that y'all latched onto. I liked it. And I did feel like the staging was clean and some of what we got, and I think I even tweeted this, like watching it in 4K, there was some of the lighting that I think the phosphorescent lighting, I almost was like, do I need to recalibrate my television after this show? Like, cause the neons and the pinks and the bright.
I love the neons. I
Yeah.
thought that was the best
Mhm.
part. The
I mean,
dancers.
I'm
I
with
didn't
you,
mind
Mo.
it.
I'm with you.
I didn't mind it, but I was concerned for my television. I was concerned for the color grading on my TV. All right, well, let's move on to our season performer, the hyped up entry, the well, formerly the Mullet King, Michael Bolton with Beautiful World. And Mom, I'm going to kick it off with you. What did you think of what Michael Bolton was serving?
Well, okay. The vocals on point. He is a seasoned performer. The words were clear, they were meaningful. I liked the background. Of course, I love the background singers and the harmony. Anyone can sing the refrain, so it was catchy. It, it was Michael Bolton. Um, it wasn't my favorite. I didn't necessarily vote for it, but I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mo, how are you feeling about the Bolton?
With all due respect, I used the opportunity. You know what? I honestly thought Michael Bolton was just like a special guest performer. Was he actually representing his state?
Mm-hmm. Connecticut.
Oh, he
Mm-hmm.
was represent. You know, I thought I missed Connecticut this whole time, but it was Michael. Okay.
Yes.
So you guys, I don't know if you guys know, it's March Madness right now. So I used the opportunity for when Michael Bolton was performing to actually switch and watch some basketball. So I did not watch Michael Bolton. He's already a celebrity star. Why is he entering in a song contest? I feel like he's taking away opportunity from someone from Connecticut that's undiscovered.
Well, see, I will counter you with that.
Okay.
I feel like this show needed some seasoned performers. One of the beautiful things I think about Eurovision is the fact that you can have a seasoned performer that could be, you know, the Ricky Martin of their country, the Beyonce of their country, that's just seasoned and tons of success. Also with like this person who maybe just won like Idol in their country, sort of that contrast where we're bringing together performers at all levels, and I think it creates this nice camaraderie. And I also feel for this show to be a hit, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, you need to give us some seasoned performers. It's the American Song Contest. It's not American Idol. It's not The Voice. We're not trying to find undiscovered talent. I think that's a bonus we can get from it, is the undiscovered talent, but it is about the song. I will say that I will not stand for any Michael Bolton slander. Here's the thing. But I will say this to be fair. And I tweeted this. I was like, I felt like Michael was like, so y'all want me to do this? Yeah, yeah, it'd be great. All right, well, if I go, I'm just singing. I'm not doing anything else. Yeah, you don't have to do anything else. Like, you just show up and sing. Okay, fine. Well, I'm gonna show up and sing, and don't ask me to do no extra. And to be honest, I'm like, okay, you could do that. I mean, honestly, his vocal was it was like to me it just brought back like so many memories. Like it was just a seasoned, competent vocal. Y'all know I do not like message songs for real like that. Like if you're going to do a message song, that song has to be inventive, cool, different, and like really giving me like almost like a hidden meaning message song. This was a very literal message song, and that's just not my jam. But I enjoyed the performance. I thought the staging looked good.
Mhm.
I was like, we gotta
Mhm.
kind of have him
Mhm.
here.
It just felt. I think American Song Contest needs to make sure they create their own lane and not try to do exactly the way that Eurovision does. So like the same rules, the same entries. It just felt like Michael Bolton was the only, unless I missed somebody like superstar from America that was actually on the show today. Maybe there'll be more on some
No,
future.
so we got Jewel. Giving him
Mhm.
a love for you on TV. And we got Jewel coming up representing
Macy
Alaska.
Gray.
We got Macy Gray. Cisco's
Mhm.
representing Maryland, Mo.
Oh, okay. So it felt, I guess
Mhm.
for today's show, it felt kind of out of place because he was the only, he's Michael Bolton. He's one of the greatest performers to ever come from this country. So for him to be in a contest, it's like you're competing, like what does he need to compete for? He's
But it's
established.
not about the singer, it's about the
The
song and
song.
about the state. And Mo, my husband said the same thing. He walked away. He thought Michael Bolton was a special guest. He's like, he's not competing, is he? I'm like, it's about the song, honey. It's about the song. But also
Okay.
recognize that this gave other performers the opportunity, I do believe, to interact with a Michael Bolton. So that,
Completely.
that in and of itself was good for the other performers, I think.
I'll
Yes,
take that. Yeah.
okay, so we're gonna move on, and we already sort of talked about this entry, but we're moving on to Iowa with Elizabeth and the song Wonder. Now, I will just say this was a message song too, so y'all know how I feel about message songs. You really got to be doing something different. But like I said earlier in the stream, I feel like she won me over to the point where I was kind of like, oh, I kind of want to see you like advance. Like it was the energy of it. I really felt ended up being infectious. And I truly went from being slightly skeptical about the performance, where at the end of it, I was like, okay, WOMAN, which she stole that, well, in that, what is that? Yeah, because that's, because I'm a woman. And it was the same
Yep.
cadences.
Mm-hmm.
WOMAN. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked the energy. And I at the end of it, I was kind of like, oh, I'd like to see it. And I liked the styling. Head to toe pink. I was like, I don't know, girl. But it all looked good.
Her body looked good, I have to say. And the thing that I hate to hear, oh my God, honey, you look good for your age.
Is she old?
She was homecoming queen in 2015. Do
So
the
she's
math.
so
Wait, well,
she's
hold on.
young.
Wait, so she's young.
Yeah. What was that, 7 years
I'm just
ago?
saying. I'm just
Then
saying.
she's young.
So
Ooh, I thought she was, but to be honest, I thought that she was
17
seasoned.
years ago.
oh,
Wait,
you said
no.
2000.
Wait, you mean
I'm
2000
sorry,
and
2005. I apologize.
okay,
Oh, okay.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
2005.
okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Because yeah,
Yes.
okay, 2005. Okay,
Hmm.
so she is. I
It
mean,
was a
she
bit
seems
of a
seasoned.
stretch there. She does look good. I felt like the outfit was a distractor for me. I'm
Okay,
just saying.
I like the
okay.
outfit actually. I thought that
I
was one of the
It was
best parts.
cute. Don't get me wrong. It was very it was cute, but I felt like it was distracting.
okay. What did you
I
think
mean,
of
you're
it?
talking about being a strong woman and you're wearing a cute little pink outfit.
Okay, that point I kind of have to, because I think I even tweeted, I'm just not a Pink fan. So yeah, and I think, we know how Pink reaches, but I also have to say most of my followers know I always get on my young girls in the crop tops and booty shorts. I don't like, well, not that I don't like it. If they want to be in crop tops and booty shorts, you can choose to put on a crop top and booty shorts. But I just feel like for young performers, so often they are forced to like put on, like these non-age appropriate outfits. So she's a seasoned woman, and if she wants to be in crop top and booty shorts and thigh high in pink, I was here for it. I mean, as I say this with the pink headphones, but these were a gift. I didn't buy these. I wouldn't have bought them in pink, to be honest.
There
But okay.
there was a lot of booty shorts and um I think there were some women dancing that carried a few of the performances tonight, and for a song that features, it's supposed to be about a strong woman, I think I would have appreciated not seeing the booty shorts.
Okay. Well, that's
That's
fair.
my opinion.
Okay. Well, let's move on to Wisconsin. Now, I have to say I was actually checking for Wisconsin before. I liked the song. I saw like the snippet and I was sort of like, "Ooh, I'm kind of like feeling this." I will say the styling for the dancers in his I thought was awful. I thought they looked ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know what that looked. It was like, I don't know. It was like Star Trek, but like Star Trek
No,
from like when you were what?
you guys may be you I'm sorry, you may be a little young. It was a show called Laugh-In in the 60s. That's what it was. I'm sorry.
In my
Okay.
notes I
There you
wrote
go.
it was giving 50s, 60s swing. I don't know if that was the look he was going for or the vibe he was given, but
But the dancers, I don't feel like we're giving that. I would have rather
oh no.
had them in like fringe, cute dresses with like boots. Like I would have rather us just play on that. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling the styling. But and then I have to be honest. I tweeted this. The thing is, I feel like if I met him, I don't know if I would like him. Cause in his like little thing, he was like, "Yes, like I've like coined this, it's my genre that like I basically created," which it just read like in comparison to I think a lot of the other postcards where I feel like people were coming at it real chill. I mean, even like Michael Bolton, worldwide sensation, I felt like it was a little bit more chill. I just felt like that just rubbed me the wrong way, but I could be the only person like picking up on that. But I liked the song. I just I liked it. Okay. Yeah.
I thought his
It was a
vocals were
little
strong.
yeah, and I will say the song was a little bit like repetitive. Like at one point I just was like, "Oh, we're just going to keep saying this." Like, okay. Like I was like, "Okay, got it."
It wasn't one of my favorites.
Mhm. Yeah,
I'm with
neuro
you,
retro,
Mo.
nouveau retro, which is basically a genre that I've created. I'm like, I'm sure that there are some other people.
It was Elvis slash Jerry Lee Lewis.
Okay, you didn't have to say Jerry Lee Lewis, mom.
I'm just the outfit the whole time I'm thinking, oh, the Jerry Lee Lewis movie. I'm just yeah.
Okay. I mean, I will say he was good looking. I thought he was good looking.
What's that musical? I think John Travolta played in it.
Grease?
Grease. That's all I could think about the whole performance.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, so I ended up dropping him down as one of my borders. I liked the song ahead of time and the snippet, but in the whole body of it, I was like, I think I'll still be listening to it, but I don't necessarily know if I needed to advance.
So how many acts will advance?
So they get one from the jury, and then I think people vote on three. So
And
yeah.
the voting ends Wednesday
So
morning.
three.
Okay.
So get your votes in. If people want to know how to vote, actually, I thought I had it up. Here we go. Oh, but this link is like so long. I I hesitate to put it in the chat because it is like it's a tracked link and it is just an eternity. Come on, NBC. We need better links. Okay. Give me a button. Give me a button to share the voting page. That would be great. Okay, let's move on to fire. And I want to kick off. I want to kick off with you, Mom. What did you think of Mississippi's entry, Fire?
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, coming from Mississippi, the home of very seasoned performers, the beginning vocals sounded a bit weak. Um, and I do believe there was a point where either her vocals were very strong, and because the mic was over here and her vocals sounded the absolute same, maybe she wasn't lip syncing, but I'm not sure. I'm not technical on that. Um, I think the performance was energetic. It, um, I do believe she does have a strong voice, although I think the audio was kind of overtaking her voice at times. Elton on the guitar was good. So that's what I got.
Okay, Mo, what did you think of MISSISSIPPEI?
When I was watching her performance, I just couldn't put my finger on what it was, what she was trying to give. I loved her confidence. She seemed like super confident. She followed the camera. I thought she was a really great performer. And then
Mm-hmm.
the best part was the guitar solo. I loved the way they played off each
Mm-hmm.
other, the way, because again, I know you guys are saying it's like the song, but for me, I need to see the whole. It's about the entertainment. The song,
No, no,
okay,
no. The staging is important. The way that one delivers it is a very key element of this.
yeah, I thought it
Which
was.
is why I'm challenged with the Oklahoma and the lip syncing. I'm just really like that's why I feel so challenged because I'm like, but how can I? So I'll tell you with Mississippi, the vocal fell off at times. That's why I was like, oh, this is live. Because now I do think there were times where the backing vocals were really turned up, which I won't take points off for that if we had someone who appeared to almost be lip syncing the entire track. So, um, but but the vocal felt off at time. I'm not gonna lie, I just wasn't feeling this song. I think maybe the repetition in it, but as a visual, like I was with it.
Mhm.
I'm with my mom. I liked the guitar. I liked that part. I liked when Elton came out and we saw him doing that. But overall, I'm like, I don't think that this is a song that I would listen to. For me. For me. I don't know if I would listen to it.
Yeah, I would say I was a bit disappointed with the song. I think
Mm.
she gave it her all, but it was just hard coming out of that history of a state with such strong vocalists
Vocalist,
and
yeah.
musicians. I mean, Muddy Waters, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think and I wonder if perhaps some of that expectancy I had maybe had I might be judging her more harshly than some other entries because I just was like assuming that the vocal would be together and we can just talk about the
Yeah,
other
I,
things. Yeah.
I think you're right on that one, Alicia. I was trying not to, but it was just so much hype, knowing the
Yeah.
state that she came from, and you would think, okay, if you're going to select somebody that's representing Mississippi, MISSISSIPPI, they're going to be on their game. And once again, I think she gave it her all. I thought the performance was very energetic.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
She had great energy. I thought her
Yeah.
vocals got
Mhm.
strong towards the end. Maybe
I agree with
she
that.
was really
We
trying
I
started,
to.
agree with
yeah,
that
I
too.
agree with that.
Uh-huh.
I think we started off shaky, and then it
Ye-
was like by the end,
Mhm.
there was like more confidence, and we were and better like mic discipline.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. All right, so we're down to our last two, and it's Wyoming. I'm telling you, I need it in the final. Mm-mm.
When I think of Wyoming, the last thing I think about is rap music coming from Wyoming. So it sounds like you're a big fan of what's it called? New Boot Goofin'?
I'm just saying, I need it in the final. New boot goofing in my. Mm-mm.
No, if a guy from Wyoming in boots makes it through with a rap song, that is not representative of the genre of music. I'm not. It was cool. It was catchy. I can't
New
take it.
booth goofing.
I'm feeling you, Mo. If what is it? If imitation is the highest form of compliment, I mean, it was catchy. It was cute. They do wear boots in Wyoming. That's what they said. So, but that one does not have my vote.
Well, I think that new boot goofing is gonna get a lot of votes. I think that we're gonna see it in the final. I will just say, I actually think the staging here was just about right. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like I
Yeah.
thought, I thought that that staging
Yeah.
package was good. Like I almost was sort of like, okay, Indiana, like y'all didn't need all the, we could have really just had it. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm demoting points from Wyoming,
For
and I
those
want.
dance moves.
Well, come on now, and why they did not give us the line dance in this performance. We should have been just watching the girls doing the line dance so then we can all watch the video over the course of the next couple of days so that then we can all learn the line dance and then post it on the internet. And so then we will want it in the final because by that time we will have our summer line dance sensation new boot goofing. And I got to demote points for them to not give us the line dance that we needed. I'm just saying, missed
That's
opportunity.
you're on point. You're on key there, Alicia. I agree with you. That's a missed opportunity.
If it doesn't make it to the final, it's because they didn't do the line dance. The whole time I was watching the dancers like, "Wait, are y'all doing?" I was like, "Oh, this is just choreography? Come on. You can't be giving me new boot goofing and no moves to go along with my new boots."
So
Mm-mm.
you mean to tell me the best artist to come out of Wyoming is cowboy western rap? I refuse to believe that. I'm sorry.
Look, he is a trendsetter, soon to be jet setter, burning up the charts all over the United States. And then let's close it with our person who has already advanced. I was checking for this entry ahead of time. I was prepared to be clicking votes like crazy for this entry, but luckily I didn't have to because the juries did their part. And Rhode Island, I have to say, I love the grit in his vocal. The staging
Mm-hmm.
is beautiful. This is the type of performance that when I was thinking of like the type of song that could win the American Song Contest, this was actually like what I was thinking could win it. And it could. I mean, he managed to have a face tat and still be good looking. I mean, I was like, okay. I mean, the staging was just beautiful. Rhode Island is, I think, a front runner to win this. I say that comfortably. Yeah.
And Rhode Island is the example of why their voting system is actually really good. Because of course, being a smaller state, they would have been challenged if the votes were just dependent on their state. But I think this really gives the opportunity for Rhode Island to win. I feel like the song started strong. I like the vocals. Alicia, I'm with you. I love the quality of his voice. He appeared to be genuine. So, and that's kind of what I had a problem with some of the other performances that just didn't seem to match up. But I thought he matched up well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, his set was. I love the set. His vocals was really strong enough where he didn't have to do much, but just really sing. The voice was strong. I mean, I was a little bored, but you can't take away from somebody who could. His voice was incredible, and the set was amazing. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed that part.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much for joining me for this inaugural live stream. I just think y'all's perspectives are so key because obviously I'm kind of watching this, especially since Eurovision is happening like basically right now. So I'm looking at this with kind of a different lens, especially since it is like so close to Eurovision. Honestly, like I hope that this show is a hit so that they can have it come on in the fall. And not be like a spring summer situation, or I would be fine with it in summer, but like summer or fall, having it in tandem with Eurovision it's just too much for my schedule. But it's so great to have y'all's perspectives because I think in many ways you both represent some of the target audience of this show. So I think the big thing is, well, and I'll ask you, Mo, do you think you will watch week 2? And you can be honest. Do you think you will watch week 2?
I probably will not watch week two. Week 2. I mean, if I happen to be in front of the television, I'll say this is what I'll say. The thing about the shows and the people that do well on American talent shows, I think it's just going to confuse people with having the celebrities because if a celebrity wins, people will say, "Well, they're the celebrity; they should win." Doesn't matter the state, but that's kind of confusing for me. And we love to see a not a nobody, but an unknown person become a star through a show. I think that's like the American dream, and that's what I would hope would happen. I don't want to see Michael Bolton win a song contest, sorry, or Macy Gray or Cisco.
But you know what? To be honest, I don't think that one of them will win. And crazy enough, I think that they actually are representing states that probably needed the help the most, other than Cisco. Maryland might not have needed that much help. But Maryland might not have needed that much help, but I do think if we think about like Alaska, Ohio, Connecticut, I think that those states, I think that those states, probably could use. And then this girl Alexa from Oklahoma. Oklahoma with a wind. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Mom, are you gonna watch next week?
I am definitely going to watch next week. I did enjoy this. You said that I'm the target audience, so I think they hit the target.
I'm gonna have to DVR it and watch it without commercials the following day.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. The commercials were trying for me. I mean, it really was just like, and another one, and another one.
Are we gonna comment on
the hosting,
the hostess's outfit? And I'm not talking about Snoop.
Okay, what did you think? So you thought Kelly should have gone with something else? I think she's sort of doing this. I think I've seen her in this look like before, like in a preview for her talk show. I don't watch the talk show, but I've seen her in this fit before. I feel like.
What'd you think about it, Mom?
I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, what did you think of their chemistry?
Yeah.
Did you think Snoop and Kelly played off each other?
I actually thought they did. I like their chemistry, and I thought actually I want to give Snoop a shout out. I think I like him as an MC. I felt like he was being very positive. I think I know the ones that he really liked, but I think he did a really good job. All in all.
Agreed. I thought they had really good chemistry. It's such a random pairing,
Mhm.
but together
Mhm.
they made it work.
Mhm.
Someone says I think the jury will be harder on seasoned performers. I actually tend to agree with that.
As they
I
should.
think the juries are going to be a little bit like it's Michael Bolt, but then also we have to think too. Like some of the juries might actually be like young producers and stuff who are like, "Nah, I don't want to see nothing like that get through. Like you don't need my help." Like I could almost see them kind of uh, yeah, I could see that. And so let's just talk about so who do we think so the three songs that we think are going to win. I'm going to tell you Alexa has a big fan base and the K-pop people are real, heavy on the social. So I think we can go ahead and comfortably say and the stage show was impactful even though and some people are saying like no, I'm so sad that people think that she was lip sync. It sounded like it. I don't want to say definitively because I guess I don't really know, but that I it just it really sounded like it was lip synced, and we didn't have a handheld mic, and so the fact that it was just all at on the same level with the like satellite mic, I don't know. So I'm gonna say Oklahoma's definitely making it. And then I would say I would say Wyoming. I'm saying New Boot Scootin' is making it through. And honestly, y'all, I think Puerto Rico might actually advance. If it doesn't, maybe it was borderline. Well, no, that's what I'm gonna go with. I was gonna say my borderline people are Iowa and Wisconsin. I feel like the internet was actually feeling sort of the nouveau retro, and the staging, and it was real different. Um, yeah, so my borderlines I would put and just I feel like I went into Iowa skeptical. So if I was won over, I'm kind of like, huh, like if other people were just taking it on surface level, they might have just been into the energy. So I would say of the three for the televote, Oklahoma, I'm gonna go with PR. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Puerto Rico and New Boot Scootin'. But then that discounts Michael Bolton. I feel like if Puerto I just feel like I just feel like there's a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans all over the US and I just can't see them if they watched it not throwing a vote. Like I just and it was
I
good.
agree with you. I agree with you on that one, definitely. Um, and I think Oklahoma will have a fan base, like you said, that's going to go across the nation as
Mhm.
well. So yeah, there's that. I'm not sure that I agree with you on Iowa. Um,
I just said
I'm
I had that as a border. I was like, if it made it, I think it would be borderline making it. So that's why I'm digging deep on Oklahoma, Puerto Rico, and Wyoming. I think the wild card here is Bolton. And I mean, some people might really
we're I'm sorry, we're not going to vote. We Us old people are not the ones that are actually going to vote, and so I'm not seeing that one. I'm sorry. I love him. Obviously, he has great vocals. I don't think I don't think the song is like a forerunner for this type of competition. I think it's going to be more of a fan base, like like Oklahoma, like the Wonderland. I think that's going to move. That's going to advance because of the fan base.
Mhm. Mhm. And I
Yeah,
mean it was quality. The stage show it was slick.
yeah.
It felt good.
My three to go through would be Oklahoma, Iowa, and Puerto Rico. And like you said, Alicia, Puerto Ricans are everywhere. And also, I think people that are not Puerto Rican will obviously vote for Puerto Rico, Oklahoma. The K-pop energy is huge across the world. I don't know people outside of the U.S. are how much are tuned in, but and then Pink. I called her Pink. Pink is
Yeah.
gonna get through. It's just the energy, the confidence, the set, the everything was put together for me.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much for joining this stream. If you have never been in my channel before, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this discussion. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, hello, you realize that you could possibly miss the next one of these, and you don't want to do that. So you definitely want to make sure that you give this video a big like. You want to make sure that you subscribe. I've got more American Song Contest content coming your way. And of course, it is Eurovision season. I can't believe it. Eurovision season is here. We've got all the songs. So you definitely want to keep it locked here for more of that content. Thank you all for watching. And thanks to